Welcome back, guys. It's Symphony, and today I'll be talking about spell speeds. But don't let the name misguide you. It also applies to traps. It's just the order that things have priority over each other and how they can be responded to each other. So let's begin. Spell speed 1, lowest spell speed, and it's things like normal spells, continuous spells, field spells, or equip spells. And they have the advantage that they can be set and activated during the same turn. So let's say if you were playing heroes and you had a Miracle Fusion and a Bubble Man in hand, you could set your Miracle Fusion, special summon that Bubble Man, but because Miracle Fusion is only spell speed 1, it can still be activated the same turn they are set. And you have to keep in mind that you cannot respond to anything with the spell speed 1. So if you set your Dark Hole, sorry, can't activate it during your opponent's turn. Next, spell speed 2. Spell speed 2, they can be things like quick play, much like Mystical Space Typhoon. And what is special about quick plays is that it can be activated from your hand at any point during your turn. So from the beginning of your draw phase all the way to your end phase, you can activate quick plays directly from your hands. Something like Mystical Space Typhoon, Enemy Controller, Spellbook Fate, things like that. And they also have the advantage that if they are set, they can be activated much like a trap during either player's turn. Just remember, when you're dealing with quick plays, if you set him that turn, you cannot activate him. You must wait a turn. And also spell speed 2 are things like traps, regular traps, and continuous traps. And they can all be linked indefinitely to each other. So if I had 3 Call the Haunted set and my opponent had 3 Call the Haunted set, as long as my chain keeps building, they can keep responding with spell speed 2 things. Next is spell speed 3. These are called counters. Counters have the very noticeable sign here that's like an arrow pointing to the left. And these are the highest spell speeds that there is. Kind of like the final say, basically, in a chain. And those are things like Musakani Magatama, and it can only be responded to with other counters. So let's say you have something like counter. If I flip over my Musakani and you want to stop that, you can only respond to it with another counter, much like counter or retort. Maybe if you're playing a mirror match and you slide that in. And obviously, much higher spell speeds can respond to lower ones. So if you have a spell speed 1, I can respond to it with spell speed 2 or a spell speed 3. So if you Dark Hole, I can jump all the way to spell speed 3 and respond with my Musakani Magatama. And lastly, there is the mythical spell speed 4. Now, spell speed 4, there only exist 2 cards currently in it, and even though they look like quick plays and they act much like quick plays, they have the specification that says spells, traps, and card effects cannot be activated in response to this card's activation. So Super Polymerization and Exceeds Encore. Those are basically the final state. Even if you have a counter set, like counter or retort, a Musakani Magatama, you cannot respond to them whatsoever. They are the final. Even if you have like an Exceeds Encore, you cannot respond to Super Polymerization with an Exceeds Encore. So mythical spell speed 4s do not respond to other mythical spell speed 4s. And this idea is so critical because when you're building chains, you have to know how to build the chains and what to do properly. Now I would like to say, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give this a comment, a rating, and if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.